Alright everyone, welcome back to another TA episode on Green Metaverse token. If you're new to the channel, warm welcome. So, our last prediction for Green Metaverse token has panned out. All the way back here when we were sitting at $1.40, we were calling for a 62% capitulation down to our next macro level in the sand, down here at 55 cent. And as you can see, since we made this prediction, we have come down, hit the nail on the head, and at this moment in time, in the 4-hourly time frame at least, we have had a minor bounce. Is this the bottom? Should we expect lower price targets? That's what I want to talk about in today's video. Let's jump right into this. So, as you can see, we're all the way down here at the price target that we predicted we would be coming down to in the macro term. Now, once again, I have been saying this was one of my macro price targets. I have been very adamant for the past 6 weeks or so that while the Bitcoin dominance is heading up, you should expect altcoins to get a lot worse. And until the Bitcoin dominance tops out, it is not time to buy altcoins. And because of that, we're seeing, Bitcoin massively outperform Green Metaverse token week over week over week. Bitcoin looks like it wants to capitulate to some lower levels. Now, according to Elliott wave theory, according to the moving averages, the bottom should be between the ranges of 23,000 and 19,000. Perhaps we could enter some lower price targets. But with that being said, if Bitcoin is likely to capitulate another 10-20% or so, Green Metaverse token is going to get smacked in the face by the Bitcoin dominance, and we're going to head down to much lower price targets. So your next level in the sand would be your 1.618 Fibonacci. From down here, you can see previous swing low, swing high, we are presented with a 1.618 from this move. With that being said, this would represent a drop on Green Metaverse token down to the next level of approximately 14.5%. Now, the problem is, if we do come over to the daily time frame, once you do capitulate below this low, which we were predicting we were going to come down to the 55 cent once again, I don't think it's a question of if, I think it's a question of when we capitulate below this last line in the sand. Let me move it down a tiny bit more just to sit on this candle body close on the daily. But once we capitulate below here, we really do not have any volume traded from the mint price up to here. I mean, you can see if we take this from the mint all the way up to the accumulation range, we spent 7 days. 7 days worth of data trade. And if you hop over to the weekly time frame, you can see once you do capitulate below this low, there is absolutely nothing holding us up whatsoever, apart from maybe 40 cent, but that is just the candle body close. It doesn't look like this is going to be a strong area of support. So I'm not even going to focus on that target. Just like when I was predicting this 62% drop, I wasn't doing anything like, okay, let's look for, micro fibs. We might come down to here. If we bounce, we do this. If we do a micro fib from here, then blah blah. This wasn't what I was talking about. I'm much more interested in these macro moves, and as such, I do not think another 14.5% drop is enough to quench the first of the bears. If we look at the squeeze mom, tons of bearish momentum is stepping in the lower time frames. If we look at the volume is starting to move up in favor of the bears. If we look at the daily time frame, bearish volume is starting to ensue. We have had a macro bearish momentum shift on the daily time frame, and once again, volume is predictive of price. If we keep on seeing an increase in volume, the momentum is going to push to the downside. The momentum is going to carry us below all of these last lines in the sand that we've got. So at this moment in time, it does suck, but if you're in Green Metaverse token, I think you are going to get wrecked once again. Just like I said all the way back here that it's going to come down very hard. I'm now predicting another 59% drop on Green Metaverse token. Am I saying that this is the bottom and this is where I'm predicting the bottom is? No, that's not what I'm saying. We're going to take the altcoin trades one step at a time. I really do care about my integrity on this channel. I'd much rather give you the information that you need to hear rather than the information that you want to hear. Bear in mind, Bitcoin does not look good right now. We're entering very shaky geopolitical times. The economy is in an absolute state, and GMT, I find it completely I just don't find it fathomable that GMT would not be coming back down to some of these much lower levels. So I've said this before and I'll say it again, these move to earns are not built to survive a bear market. How they run is, you know, if there's one person at the top who buys a shoe, there's only so much they can make. So if you're the only person in GMT and you're running with your shoe, you will never make back your initial investment, because, you know, if you put $20, let's just say $100 in to buy one shoe, GMT will keep some of that and you will not get that whole $100 back no matter how long you run for, because eventually the market cap will go to zero because they're giving you rewards. How does that one person at the top make more rewards with GMT? Another two people need to come underneath them, buy a sneaker and buy up the token supply, and in that way new money flows into the market cap and that money can be rewarded to initial people that got in first. How do those two people at the bottom continue to make money? Another 3 people need to step in, then another 5, then another 7, then another 9. These move to earns will only hold up in a bull market when there is a constant flow of new investors. I've been saying this since the top, but these move to earns are here for a short term. They're here for a good time. They're not here for a long time. They are not going to survive, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Obviously, you can hate me for my opinion if you want. I'm just telling you how it is. I'd much rather have integrity and tell you how it is than just be like, GMT to the moon, GMT to $1. You know, people have been saying this. People have been shilling this is going to $10, $100 since the top, and all of their analysis has been absolute garbage and proved wrong. We've been calling for lower price targets on this for a while, and once again, I am warning you that while the Bitcoin dominance is heading up, altcoins are going to get wrecked. So GMT, 23 cent is my next line in the sand. That is all I've got for you for GMT. As always, not financial advice. Cowboy out. Peace.